before we get started, so like the reason we're like here is to kind of make the story of ClarissaSt come alive and to hear like y'all personal stories and pretty much just hear y'all point of views and stuff. So before we get started, can you tell me your names and can you spell your full name?
Sandra Lee Holland Brooks. Sandra, S-A-N-D-R-A, Lee, L-E-E, Holland, H-O-L-L-A-N-D, Brooks, B-R-O-O-K-S.
Okay.
James Dawson Brooks, J-A-M-E-S-D-A-W-S-O-N-B-R-O-O-K-S.
Okay. So,
and then you guys want to say your ages? Sorry.
I'm 75 today.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
I'm 75.
75 as well. All right. And then in what areas did you live in, or in what areas do you live in now, and how long have you lived in Rochester in total?
I was born in Rochester. Well, it was very interesting. I was born here, but as soon as I was born here, my grandmother came and got my brother and I and took us back to Louisiana. So we stayed in Louisiana with my grandparents until it was time to go to school. And we never had seen our parents. So when they brought us back here, we didn't know them.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to stay with them. And my brother, he grabbed my grandfather's leg and he was, "Papa, don't leave me." And my grandfather's crying and my mother's crying. He doesn't love me. And I'm like, wow. Wow. So, that's sort of how we got, that's how I came to be. And stayed there till it was time to go to school. Then we would go back every summer.
Yeah.
And spend the whole summer vacation there.
That's nice. Yeah. So you lived half and half in Rochester and Louisiana.
Yeah.
So
my mother was mommy and my grandmother was mama. Yeah. No, mama was mama.
So what was it like seeing the difference between like the two like cities or the two different areas?
Well, you have to understand, we lived in the country, on a farm.
Yeah.
Chickens, pigs, sows, hogs.
Wow.
Okay, hogs. And calf and horses and mules and ducks. So it was a working farm. And my grandfather was a farmer and he raised sugar cane and rice. Because Louisiana has a lot of water.
Yeah.
So you raise, you raise a crop that really supports the water.
And then, how about you, James? If you were not born in Rochester, how would you end up being here?
All right. I was born in Harlem Hospital. I came here as a field-based house nigga. And I came to Rochester probably, I was a year old or so, a month old or so, to my grandfather's shoe shine shop on Central Avenue. Now, Central Avenue, they used to have an old train station. It looked like the New York Central train station. And he was across the street from that.
Yeah.
And I grew up in the shoe shine shop behind the counter. And the only thing I wanted to do when I finally got on my feet was shine shoes. Because that's what my grandfather did.
Yeah.
And I begged him to shine shoes. And the thing that irritated me the most was everybody said, "You big for your age." Well, I'm big for my age now.
Yeah.
Okay. But they said, "You big," and my grandfather kept saying, "Well, you're not big enough." Yeah. Well, how can I be too big and not big enough? Anyway, I started shining shoes and banking at 4. And
he still has his bank book.
At 4?
Because you used to have to take your bank book in and put it in a machine.
Yeah.
And then they would add it up.
To see how much money you have?
Yeah, and then they would type it in. The machine did all this.
Oh, wow. That's so interesting. I've never heard of a bank book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is my first time.
Oh,
we are old,
wow.
aren't we? They never heard of
Everybody
bank
had bank
A
books.
checkbook, yes.
Yeah.
A bank book, no. I want to see that.
Wow, that's my bank book from 54.
Wow.
I started March 22nd, 1954.
Yeah, I see that. Wow. And you still kept it?
Yeah. Well, nobody would have believed me. But
Yeah.
you say you're shining shoes and banking at 4.
Yeah, no. You really were.
So I basically, I had a different kind of life. My wife had mother and father, intact family, And I lived with my grandparents because my family was dysfunctional.
Yeah.
And so my mother left town when I was in 3rd grade. She came back when I was in 10th, and I was on my own in between, and I loved it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a bad kid. I was just bad. But I wasn't a bad kid. You know what I mean? This, you know what I'm talking about. You're a boy.
Yeah.
You know, you do things.
Exactly.
But I didn't do things to hurt anybody.
Right.
You know, never did anything to hurt anybody.
You seem very smart. Starting at the age you did.
Banking.
Yeah.
I had to save my money for her.
All right.
I was a little spoiled.
Did you guys have any other family living here besides immediate family? And if so, what was the relationship to you? And then what were their names?
Oh goodness. Well, actually, on my father's side, you might have ran across Bobby Johnson.
Yeah.
That's my cousin. On my daddy's side.
Yeah.
So that's one of the cousins. And then my father had 3 sisters, and they had a lot of children. You know, like 7, 8 children. You know, different stages of children.
Mm-hmm.
And so some of the children I know, and some of them I don't know.
Right.
We did not associate with my father's family very much at all. They were on a different road in life.
Yeah.
And we were on a different road.
Yeah.
And they didn't meet up. So,
I get that parallels.
yeah, so that we'll leave that at that. And both of my grandparents, all my grandparents are dead now. My mom's dead, my father's dead. My mother died very young. She died at 33.
Was it? No, she was older than my mom. My mother died
43.
at 36, at 43. Yeah.
43. She died at 43. Yeah. So that was rather shocking, you know, 'cause she was so young.
Yeah.
And it was a sudden death. So that was even more shocking, you know. She wasn't ill.
Yeah,
You
right.
know? Yeah, she had a cerebral hemorrhage and died standing up at the sink. It was an instant. When her husband came home, he found her standing, and he touched her, and when he touched her, she fell.
Man. Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, so it was, you know, it's different.
Yeah. And
So,
James, just to repeat, did you have any other family member living, or any other family members living in Rochester besides immediate family? If so, what was their relationship to you, and then what are their names?
Not really. I had a very small family because there's no one on my father's side because I don't know who my father is.
Right, yeah.
So it's my mother, and she was the only child.
Oh,
And I had some cousins that I grew up with. They lived on Champaign Street. They don't. One of them may be here still. The oldest may be here still. He and I went to high school together at Madison.
okay.
And other than that,
who was that?
Billy Walker.
Oh, I thought you was talking about Blondell's.
Oh, Paris and them?
Yeah.
My mother had a very good friend, and so she had children, and we called ourselves cousins. but
Yeah,
we weren't
you guys have that.
biological.
Yep. I have a couple of those too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your family outside your family.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah. And so I had a sister. She died 10 years ago. She was very bright. She went to Allendale, Columbia on a scholarship. Graduated Cornell, 3.5 years, Michigan Law, 2.5 years, member of the bar, Pennsylvania, New York, and Massachusetts.
Yeah, very smart.
And they say she was smarter than me. I said she wasn't.
So she seems very smart.
She was a lawyer. Yeah.
So, like in your early life, what was your childhood like? Any joys or challenges?
Talked a little bit about the banking, but
Well, I started banking at 4, making my money, and so I mentioned that because that's what brought me on to Clarissa Street. Because there was a bakery on Clarissa Street, and for a nickel, you could get a bag of broken cookies. A big bag of broken cookies. I take my nickel over there. After I was shining shoes and buy me some cookies. But then Montgomery Center was right next to the bakery. The bakery was at Broad and Clarissa.
Okay.
So we're gonna move down.
Yeah, so I know where that's Samuel McCree.
Drive, yes.
Yeah, but no, the
Bronson.
original Montgomery Center.
Oh, okay, so it was
yeah.
different.
Yeah, the
Okay.
original. I showed you a picture of it.
Off of Clarissa Street.
Off of Clarissa Street. It's next to the bakery. It was
Okay.
next to the bakery. Anyway, I went to daycare there. And I couldn't go on the daily trips because I was too young. But I take my nickels over to the bakery, get my cookies. And then it's important to understand that as I grew into different aspects of Clarissa Street.
Yeah.
So I started with the cookies.
Yeah.
Started with the cookies.
Yeah.
Ended with the drinks. Okay.
Yeah.
And in between was, my was 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, just walking up and down the street, seeing my friends. But then as a teenager, you're looking for the girls, on the street, and all your friends are, on Clarissa Street. Mm-hmm. So if you walk down one side of Clarissa Street, you probably see half your friends. Yeah. And you cross the street and walk back down the other, you see the other half. Yeah. So it was very, I consider myself I can't even think of it, Huckleberry Finn kind of character, urban. Yeah. I mean, I just did everything, but like I said, I never did anything to hurt anybody, but there was nothing that I didn't do, to the point where people would ask my wife, "Who did you marry?" And she'd say, "James Brooks." And they say, "Oh."
Or some of the elderly people. He was so bad in church.
Yeah.
He's so bad in church. He just, Aunt used to always
say, that's right.
Yeah, Aunt Daisy, how bad you were.
Yeah. And the church is AME Zion, which is right across the street from where I live. Yeah. So out my front window on Favorite Street, which doesn't, what they call Favorite Street isn't Favorite Street anymore. Okay. Well, my front window was the RIT parking lot. Okay. Because RIT was in the city then. All right. So yeah. Lattimore's was across right from the parking lot. Mm-hmm. And then Lattimore's was across the street from the bakery. Next to the bakery was Montgomery Center, then the AME Zion Church, and then down a little further was another RIT parking lot. So in those parking lots, we played baseball. Oh wow! Yeah, played it.
Were a majority of your friends from the Clarissa Street area, or did you guys have friends on the other side of town?
No, I had, everything was local. Okay, yeah. Okay, everybody knew everybody. Yeah. And it was a very good neighborhood in the sense that, I'm gonna just put it out there, we had fights. Yeah. You don't pick up nothing. You don't go home and get no gun. You finish it and hurry up because we want to get back to the game. Yeah. That's how we played. Yeah. And so it was very, I thought it was very natural, very uplifting. Old folks told on you, they see you do something, you get home, you got a whooping because the little bird got home before you
weren't getting away with anything.
So, but I don't want to dominate it.
Yeah, I was going to say, how about you
say? It was a walkable neighborhood. You know, I mean, we lived in a community that, I felt like it was Norman Rockwell, honestly, where I grew up on Epworth and Katy in Rochester, which was right across from the old Madison High School. Okay. But Katy Street was lined with chestnut trees. So we get home after school, we could put on our skates. Yeah. At the time I could leave my house and walk to every relative along the way. I had relatives on every street just about all the way wherever I walked.
That's so beautiful. And that's like all within literally, it's so close. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
And it was just, it was just beautiful, You walk by and you see, your great aunt sitting on the porch. Yeah. Hey, Ella, what's your mama doing? Yeah. But that's, that's how it was. And then we go walk down to Velat's, and we could go in the, Velat's was this huge building. I don't know if maybe Junior had a picture of it, but it was a big square building. On the top floor, one side was where Mom Eunice and Pop Bill lived, my Junior's grandfather. Okay. And on the other side were rooms that were rented to roomers. Yeah. And then downstairs you could come in the side door, and there was like a little dining area where you could sit on the stools and order your food. Yeah. And then outside, if you walked up a little further towards Clarissa Street, was my Uncle Vic. Yeah. He had a barbershop in that same building. And he turned the corner, was where the bar and the dining room were. The building next to them was the hotel that his sister at Knoll had. And then in Nolia, she had the cleaners across the street. Yeah. So, everybody was just, it was right there. Yeah. You could go in anybody's house and eat. Yeah.
Community,
it was never odd to just go into somebody's house because they were all related. Yeah. Which was, when I grew up, I couldn't go any place.
Yeah.
Like I had a brother, and I mean, people would go, Billy Holland was your brother? You know, I wasn't allowed out the house.
Yeah.
Didn't spend the night any place. They were very, very strict with the girls. Very strict. And you could only go to cousins' houses.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
guess, yeah, those are some of the challenges. Do you remember any joys of like just being a kid around Clarissa Street?
Oh, Easter, child. Easter. Easter was, I mean, everybody waited for Easter.
Yeah.
Gosh. And we would go to Velat's.
Yeah.
And we would sit in the dining room. And at that time, people would actually get out of church and walk.
Yeah.
And they would strut. Up
and they're
down,
nice dresses.
Yes,
yeah. I can
Orange
imagine
suits,
that. Yeah.
yellow suits. I mean, they was decked.
Yeah.
You talk about a fashion show.
Yeah, that's
it was
what it was.
a fashion show. You
Love
know,
that.
and then you could go into Velat's, you know, so I mean, and then they had certain events that were going on at Velat's, you know, so the dining room was only open periodically.
Right.
Mom Eunice used to sit in the dining room during the day, and people would come in there and they would tell her their sad stories. And if they were sad enough, she would give them money. That's what she did.
Yeah.
She sat in the dining room and doled out money all day.
Yeah.
You know, because these were people that spent money in the bar or eating there.
Her, yeah.
So, you know, they had fallen on hard times and she would, you know, give them money. You know? So that I mean, that's a community. You know, so you didn't have to go to a lot of the social service agencies like they have now because, you know, you were in
There's
community.
friends and there's community.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, and they just picked up and, you know, they supported you.
Yeah.
You don't have that now. I mean, you don't even know your neighbors now. You know?
Interesting enough. Yeah. And then with the pandemic, it just kind of doubled that. Yeah, it made it so much harder.
It did. It did. But I had a wonderful childhood.
Yeah.
You know, we had wonderful Christmases. My godmother, Mom Eunice, that's Junior's grandmother, and she's my godmother.
Yeah.
Easter, she would give us these solid chocolate bunnies.
They were that big?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And I mean, you talk about, my mother would break off a piece, put it in the freezer. We had chocolate for a long time. She said, you're not going to eat all that candy. You're not going to eat all that candy. So, and Christmas was another wonderful time. I mean, we had Christmases that were just, and it wasn't that we got a lot of stuff. It just looked like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
She grabbed socks
Yeah.
and underwear. You know, so we come down Christmas more. I mean, it was just packages and packages. You know, there's a pair of socks, a pair of underwear. You know? But you know, it's just the joy.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it doesn't really relate with Clarissa Street, but we just had our grandkids here, and that living room was filled with gifts.
Did it feel like?
Oh my goodness! And I did the same thing, you know, underwear, socks,
Just boxes.
Yes. And the youngest one, she came back. She came down and she looked. She went up and told the other one. She goes, "There's hundreds of presents. There's hundreds of presents."
So funny.
Yeah. So yeah.
Do you guys remember what years you lived on Clarissa Street? And then can we talk a little bit more about like just how the neighborhood felt, like the atmosphere, the scene, the environment a little bit?
The environment.
Well, I lived on Favorite Street from the time I came here from New York till
You'll take these
I was 16,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much. And then my mother died, so then we moved. A couple of things that my wife mentioned. Easter, I bought my own Easter clothes. So I was a poor kid, but my job kept me from being poor.
Yeah.
So I was making $1 an hour at 4. Now,
It's still shocking. That's great money.
the tellers at the bank weren't making $1 an hour back then. I was making more than they were.
Wow.
And the funny thing is, I could see them, and they could see me shining shoes, and they could see me coming with every time I make $1, I go back on and deposit $1. But so Easter, I bought my own Easter clothes. Christmas was okay early on for me. But then it got to the point, if I was going to have anything, I bought my own Christmas presents.
Yes.
So I bought my own Christmas presents, I wrapped them, put them up under the tree, and got up excited to see what Santa was going to bring me. But, you know, you make do.
Yeah.
So the feel for the neighborhood. It was a cocoon. You say you're gonna play baseball. There'd be 9 guys on one team, 9 guys on the other, and 9 guys waiting to play.
Wow.
So we play till you get to
Everybody
6, like
yeah.
you play basketball. You play to a certain point,
Yeah.
and then whoever got there first won, and then the other person lost, and the other team would play. 2 parking lots like that now.
Yeah.
A block apart, with teams waiting to play baseball. And it was like that with football.
Whatever you guys decided to do, right?
And then basketball, of course, I kept growing, so.
Yeah. Well, how good were you?
Not good. Not good.
Yeah.
My claim to fame is Bobby Wanzer, who was my coach, who was a 5-time NBA All-Star, League MVP, and All-Star MVP.
Wow.
Back in the days of the 2-hand shot, and you couldn't touch it. He beat me playing at 40.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he beat
Yeah,
me at
that's
40.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Did all kinds of tricks.
Yeah. And then you said 5-time NBA. That's kind of crazy. And they're just like local. They're just in town because you wouldn't run into a 5-time NBA championship.
No, well, Rochester had an NBA team.
Yeah, Rochester Royals.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Royals, and then
Okay.
it became Sacramento
Met the
Kings.
Kings. Yep.
Kansas City Royals, and then, so we had, hockey team, hockey, basketball,
Yeah.
and they won the championship the first year, 51 or so, I think, or 56, I'm not sure.
How long were the Royals a team?
Probably about 9 years they were here, from the mid-40s to the mid-50s.
Okay.
And names that played on this team.
Right.
Chuck Connors,
Chuck?
Rifleman, the
Yeah.
Rifleman.
Yeah.
Otto Graham, football
Yeah.
player.
Oh wow.
He was on that team, and there was a baseball player. I keep forgetting his name, but he was an all-star baseball player,
Oh, wow.
and he was on that basketball team.
That's crazy. It's interesting. The more you learn.
And then in the summer, you didn't talk about Scotty's.
Yeah.
They had a marching band, Scotty's.
Yes. Yeah, you heard about Scotty's marching band?
I haven't heard about that.
Oh.
No, I have not.
See, it was a cocoon.
Yeah.
So here is Scotty's marching band.
Yep.
100 brothers.
Maybe, yeah.
100 brothers, right?
Yeah.
You go you play. There was drums,
Yeah.
or you got the trumpet. There was only
Yeah.
two instruments.
Yeah.
Get one or the other.
Yeah.
Figure out which one you can play.
Right.
They would march up and down the street.
Clarissa Street.
Yeah.
Clarissa, Adams, Tremont,
Yep. That was the
Reynolds,
area that they were. Yep.
and nobody blew their horns at them. So in other words, if you were marching down the street
Yeah.
for Scotty's band, you might stop in front of somebody's house,
Yeah.
and you might be there 5 minutes
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah.
Cars would go turn around and go around.
Go around you. Wow.
Around. They'd never blow their horns. There was always appreciated, because you try to get 100 black men together
Right.
in time
Yeah.
somewhere.
To do-
Okay? And see
Yeah.
how that goes. Okay? But Scotty,
Yeah.
Scotty, it's time to play. It's time to do street beat.
Yeah.
And they'd be
That's
out
so
there
interesting.
doing it.
Just to even get people to just come out and to play in the marching band with you.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that could
But it
happen.
was kids. It was
Yeah.
all the kids,
Yeah.
the neighborhood kids.
Wow. Yeah.
And then they would play in the parade. And
Yeah,
they'd be the
practicing.
last ones at the end of the parade.
Mhm.
And we'd be standing there waiting for Scotty's. Because, they could play.
Yeah.
He could play. Yes.
That's beautiful.
That was just beautiful.
Yeah.
And the thing that may not be talked about is the musicians, the kids that could play instruments, and the kids that could sing on Clarissa Street. You know what I mean? Once they got to be teenagers, they formed groups, and one of the groups, the Buntleys, you know where Dan's is.
Yeah.
And there's an empty space there where Waverly comes in, and there was a house there. That house is there is not Buntley's house anymore, but Buntley lived there, and his group played basketball at Bronson. Came out to Fisher
Yeah.
and turned it out with singing.
No, that's
They
crazy.
look like the Temps.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Everything.
That's beautiful.
So yeah, that's the kind of people we had in the neighborhood. And the other thing we had is role models.
Yeah.
We had role models. I'm talking about teenagers who acted like they had some sense.
Yeah.
So on like Monday through Friday, everybody go to Montgomery Center, okay, and they go to camp. But I see young men walking, and they acted like gentlemen.
Yeah.
They wasn't hooping and hollering and hold this and hold that. It wasn't like that. It was gentlemen going to Montgomery Center.
Right.
And I see some of those guys today, and I thank them because they made a difference for me. They told me how I'm supposed to act.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Just mature at a very young age.
Yeah, and then on Clarissa Street they had Snuffy's. It was a barbecue place.
Yeah.
Now, I can tell you, whenever my father was coming home late, real late,
Yeah.
later than he should have come home,
Yep.
he came home with Snuffy's dinner, and he got us up,
Yeah.
out the bed,
Yeah.
get up,
Yeah.
because my mother was going to be very upset.
Yeah, there wasn't a reason.
Yeah, very so. I mean, and what was a dinner?
$1.
$1.
Wow.
$1.
Yeah, it
You got
started
half
at
a chicken,
75
mac
cents.
and cheese, and what was the other, mac and cheese?
No, you got mac salad,
Mac salad.
and a half a chicken.
And a half a chicken and bread. Yeah. But that was Clarissa Street. Dan's and what was across the street from there was Sandy's, that little diner.
Mhm.
My grandmother lived above there. My father's mother lived above there. So I mean, it was everybody just lived, and we went to church at Immaculate.
Yeah.
You know, and at the time that the church was the heart of the community, and I mean the Velots were big at Immaculate.
Yeah.
And then they had different organizations. You know, my father, I remember seeing pictures of him and the Knights of Peter Claver. I have no idea what the Knights of Peter Claver are, but it's a religious organization,
Okay.
and the priests would be there, and they'd all be dressed up in suits. Knights of Peter Claver.
Yeah.
You know, all the Velat women were belonged to the Mother Cabrini Circle.
Mm.
And they would cook, and they would raise scholarship money for girls to go to Nazareth or to St. Agnes. What was the other one?
The one over there on Genesee Park.
Mm-hmm.
What Genesee Park is?
Over by U of R.
Yeah, I can't think of that.
Yeah,
Mercy?
but they had Nazareth. Mercy is still there. Nazareth, Mercy, and the other one. But yeah, they had a clothing room there.
Yeah.
They had a gym where the kids could come and play basketball inside.
Yeah.
You know, and as the church got smaller and people started moving away, we rented that building out to the U of R.
You're right.
Yeah, the school building was completely, totally rented out. Yeah, but I mean, it was nothing to walk from Velots to church.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, everything was in
Everything's
walk.
still-
But Hunt's,
yeah,
they had a
everything's still
grocery store on Clarissa Street. Hunt's
Yeah.
grocery store. Before you got to the Python and Dan's, and there was a
There was a
grocery store.
yeah.
Hunt's grocery store. Yes. So you know, if you did, you know, if you needed something, you know, you could walk. You know,
Yeah.
people didn't have cars, and everything you needed was within walking distance. The cleaners, the groceries, you know.
Yeah. And then going from like the hotel to the laundromat, like it just all is so easy. That makes sense.
And
Yeah.
everybody knew everybody.
Yeah.
You know, so there was no argument. I mean, because everybody, you know, either you were family or you were close to the family.
Yeah.
You know, so that was what Clarissa Street was about. You know, I mean, and I don't think they could ever duplicate it again.
Yeah. Then on Clarissa Street, did you and your family live in a house, or did you have like an apartment?
Lived over there. When I stayed with the Velots, I stayed upstairs with my minutes over the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you?
And she had that whole one side.
I was on Favorite Street, but I could see Clarissa
Yeah.
and the icons and about the church.
Mm-hmm.
The church was right across the street from me, so I could walk right down my steps and right up the steps of the AME Zion Church.
Yeah.
I'll be damned if I didn't get lost.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it to
Yeah,
church.
yeah.
I'd be around the corner.
Oh my God.
As soon as I didn't think they was looking, boy,
I'm
I'm gone.
By the way, how were your landlords at the time, and like who were some of the people that were landlords and that owned the apartment buildings?
Well, we own the apartment.
Yeah.
We own where we live.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, when we first started coming here, what we would do is the people that, like Bill Velat, he had a place. So when people would come, they would rent rooms from him until they made enough money to get their own apartment.
Right.
Or they would move into somebody else's house and
Yeah.
rent a room. See, we had roomers too.
Yeah.
Because the first house we had was on Bronson when my grandmother brought us back.
Right.
They brought us back to Bronson. That's why we were in Louisiana, because my mother was an 8th grade graduate, my father was a 10th grade.
Yeah.
So they were working to save money to buy a house, and daycare would have just cut into the budget.
Right. Yeah.
So, and then she had 2 kids in the same year. My brother and I are Irish twins.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, there was a lot going on.
Yeah, fork in the plan.
Yeah, a lot going on. So, but you made do. You know, you
Yeah.
did what you had to do.
Right.
And you did it in fun and laughter. You know, I mean, you know, the women were, the volatile lot women would get together in the kitchen and cook and laugh and,
Yeah.
and have a good time. You know, even in Louisiana, you know, after church on Sundays,
Yeah.
my grandfather had a baseball diamond set up on the land. And they would, and all the women would come back to the house and cook, and the men would go down and play baseball, and the kids would go down there and sit in the stands and watch them. So everybody had something to do.
Yeah.
You know, and it was the same way with the Velots here. Everybody had something to do. Everybody had a job. Everybody had a job.
Yeah. What kind of food?
Creole food.
Yeah, you mean you're from Louisiana, so yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean, like, we did gumbo. I mean, so now I make a deluxe gumbo. So I do my gumbo with okra, crab, shrimp, sausage, chicken. That's a deluxe gumbo. Because by the time you finish, it's very expensive. Very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, and well, I just cooked. What I cook? Collard greens.
Oh yeah, the collard greens.
I did greens, and we do a lot of seafood. It's a lot of seafood because, you know, Louisiana is all the Mississippi Delta and tributaries going through there, and so that's what the Velots did. I mean, they always had a kitchen.
Yeah.
After they closed, after Velots closed, the sister opened up Lopez's. So the sister was still, you know, the one of the original Veloz sisters.
Right, but she had got married and took her last name, I'm guessing, or no?
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Her husband's name, yep, it was Lopez. So, you know, and that's what's interesting too. I mean, as we, you know, you look into the family, it's not just blacks, it's Hispanics that married into, you know, to the Velots. And so, you know, Lopez was Hispanic. She met him, he was a sailor or something.
Yeah, no, it's interesting we talk about like community living almost, like where people just like rented rooms in somebody else's house, right? And then like thinking in today's terms and like today's economy, it's like people are going back to living with roommates and like buying a house with your friend and like, you know, sharing the space and but like now it's due to financial and economic reasons. Did you guys feel like you were financially secure at the time? Like, was there issue was money an issue living?
I think money was an issue, but my father was a penny pincher.
Yeah, so
he could make a penny cry. Oh yeah, he could make a penny cry. So yeah, he had a little.